Hi everyone, I'm Ramos, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to fast under stress. What's going on in the world right now is just completely unprecedented, and what we've all experienced is the rug being pulled from under our feet. Over the last couple of weeks, people have struggled to get the supplies that they need to try to adapt living at home. And in last week's episode, we talked about some strategies for adapting to the situation when you're in self-quarantine or self-isolation, or even a lockdown or a shelter-in-place situation. But now that people have acclimated a little bit more to life at home and the situation, they're trying to get back on track with their fasting. How do you do this? So my first strategy for getting back on track with fasting is to go back to the basics and just eat your meals. Cut out all snacking. When you snack, regardless of what it is, your body produces some insulin. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, if you have type 2 diabetes or other metabolic health conditions like fatty liver or polycystic ovarian syndrome, you have lots of insulin in your system. So much so, in certain cases, you have developed a condition called insulin resistance. So we don't want to add any unnecessary insulin to our bodies. So if you're looking for a plan to get on track again, stick to your meals. Even if that means breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's fine. Just don't snack in between. And as you feel that you have more control over your appetite, then start cutting out the meals one by one until you're back at your regular fasting routine. Strategy number 2. If you're the primary cook at home, especially if you have a family to feed, you need to be careful about how much time you're spending in the kitchen if you're trying to develop some sort of normal fasting routine. This is where meal prep becomes critical. Set aside time in your routine every other day or every few days to do meal prep for the upcoming meals that your family may want to eat while you're fasting. It's especially critical if you have young kids who definitely have to eat regularly throughout the day. So pencil off some time in your calendar to do meal prep. I myself do meal prep for the first half of the week on Sundays. I love spending Sundays in the kitchen, cooking, trying out new recipes, and preparing for the week ahead. This way, when Monday rolls around and I'm trying to fast, then I don't have to go into the kitchen and start eating before my intended dinner meal. I can have everything already prepped so I'm not snacking a little bit here and there as I'm preparing Monday's dinner. It also helps you stay on track too and avoid you going for the quick and easy processed foods. If you already have good food prepared in advance, it's not that difficult to actually generate a meal out of it. But if you're starting from scratch, having to cut and prepare all your veggies, season your meats and fish and poultry, then it's time consuming and it's a lot easier to deviate towards things like frozen pizzas and other junk food that you're later going to regret. Strategy number 3. Stick to healthy fats. If you do need to eat, if you are really overwhelmed, we understand. What's going on is just completely chaotic and it's affected every aspect of our lives. So if you feel like you need to have something, have some fat. Go for olives, go for avocados. Make sure that you have some fatty meats on hand, like bacon or chicken wings or ribeyes, or cook whatever meat or fish or poultry you have in some fat to add some flavor. It's really important to satiate ourselves with natural fats. You don't want to rely on the processed junky carby foods to help get you through this time. Which brings me to our 4th tip. Practice mindfulness eating. Think to yourself before you put anything in your mouth. Does this have any long-term consequences? Now, eating that bag of potato chips, it does have some long-term consequences. In the short term, you might feel relief, but in the long term, you're going to struggle with so many things. You're going to retain water, which you're going to see the scale go up. You're going to see your blood sugar levels rise. You're going to feel some mental fog. You're going to have a poor quality of sleep. All of this stuff just snowballs and it carries on for days. So really, is that bag of potato chips really worth it? But that avocado or those bacon strips or some eggs, what are they going to do? In a couple of hours, they're going to leave you feeling satiated. They're not going to create any mental fog. You're not going to see any water retention or the scale go up. You're not going to see your blood sugar levels rise. You're going to get a good quality sleep. So really think before you put every single bite of food into your mouth what those consequences are. So not only is it important to practice mindfulness meditation to reduce stress, it's also important to practice mindfulness eating as well. And my fifth strategy is to join one of the Fasting Method Community's group fasting challenges. And we're really trying to be sensitive to what's going on in the world right now. This week's fasting challenge was just time-restricted eating, where people were asked, whenever they did eat, to not let their meal time or their eating window exceed 90 minutes. So whether they're having 2 meals, 1 meal, or maybe even 3 meals within the day, just keeping them to eating windows to eliminate snacking. And next week, we're going to be doing some intermittent fasting strategies to help ease people back into it. If you're part of our community, make sure to check out the group fasting page in your membership portal. I look forward to seeing you in the community and fasting along with us. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them below in the comments section. And make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more tips on fasting and eating strategies. Until next time, everyone, hang tight and stay safe.